Jim, a bank in Paris, France, can't even give loans out in Paris, Texas. I'm talking about Paribas. So now we're talking about, first it was subprime.
Right.
Then it was prime.
Right.
Then it was domestic. Now it's all over the globe.
Well, that's
it's not contained.
No. I want to preface this. It's not all over the globe. That's a mistake. There were many buyers of our mortgages. It's not their mortgages. Our mortgages were really loved over there. There were whole desks that were set up for one particular reason in America, at Bear, at Lehman, at Goldman, which was to sell our mortgage backs there. That's where the appetite was. Now, here's the real key thing you need to know. I have been harping on the 2006 vintage. This is like if you went, like the Beaujolais are here, the Beaujolais are here. This is Beaujolais with botulism. And we sent our version of Beaujolais over to the French. They loved it. It's killing them. So please understand, they had the biggest appetite for the worst vintage ever, and that's why the European banks are falling apart. They bought our toxic paper. They don't know, and by the way, they don't have a clue that these are mortgages backed up by homes in the Inland Empire or Paris, Texas. And I got to tell you something. It's probably half a trillion that went over there in the last 18 months.
Your column on Real Money says that the suspension of these funds over in France basically means that the financials that have been on a rally relatively late,
short squeeze, not a rally, a short squeeze. We always got it different because in my 1990 scenario, we had multiple short squeezes before everything got cut in half.
All right.
That's what's going to happen again. I just want to also mention that people have to understand that Paribas is probably one of 25 institutions that bought a lot of this stuff. So let's get ready for another. We have one in Germany, another 23. And also, this is another point to point out. When people freeze and don't let you pull out, having been a hedge fund manager, that means they have nothing. It doesn't mean that they're down 9. It doesn't mean they're down 12. It means they have nothing. The only time you would ever freeze is if you looked at what you have borrowed, okay, and you look at what you had as initial investment, and the borrowings exceed the initial investment. So the reason why you freeze is because the people who withdraw now are the only ones who are going to get any money. So you'll be sued by all the ones who don't. You're going to get sued by everybody anyway. But the ones who get out first are going to make it seem like that there's another count to the lawsuit. And that count is that you show preferential treatment to some and not others. It makes it so that if you're Bank Paribas, you can at least cut things off in the lawsuit and the person who is aggrieved won't go for punitive damages.
All right, thanks a lot, Jim Cramer. Wall Street Confidential. Don't go away.